All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. There's a brother Haran coming back at you with another video, Lord willing to be edifying unto the elect. All right, today's title will be, they've set the stage. All right, 2020, all right, will be a year of temptation. Okay. Now, this lesson is inspired, all right, by the elder Itazawam, all right, Stay in the Spirit 144, okay, and basically, we're just talking in the chat, all right, and brother posted that the Dow has dropped 750 points, all right, amid this whole COVID thing, okay. And then, he said through the Spirit, he said next year, we might be losing jobs. OK, and what he means by that is, next year, brothers that might be working in law firms and, the financial department, basically office based jobs and so on and so forth. All right. We might be losing jobs. OK, and that's because, Esau has set the stage. All right. Where there's a high chance that he's going to mandate, all right, the vaccine. Okay. And if you don't take the vaccine, you're not going to be allowed back into your buildings. Okay. Now, a lot of people were underneath the notion that, maybe this whole remote way of living or working, all right, specifically working remotely, all right, staying at home and doing things through your computer and so on and so forth, all right, would be the new way of the new way of basically doing business and so on and so forth, which it is, all right, because Esau's new world order is going to be all digital, all right, including, your day-to-day activities is also going to be digital, all right, and that's why they're going to ultimately give out that RFID microchip, okay, which will merge humans, all right, humanity and technology. Okay, that's why they want to bring about that RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, but before that, all right, scriptures talks about what? He causeth all. So part of the causing, which is when you go into the word cause, all right, means to construct, okay, or to form, to fashion something. Okay, and we see, all right, all the past few weeks, all right, past few months, okay, and also the next few weeks and few months ahead. All right, they're letting everyone know that the new way of life is going to be, life with a chip inside of people, man. All right, and also the vaccine. Okay, they've been pushing heavy, all right, for that coronavirus vaccine. Okay, and now they're saying that, look, we might open things back up. You might be able to go back to work, but for those who are not going to take that vaccine, you will be looked at as a public hazard, okay, or public you be deemed as a public what's the word I'm looking for, safety, basically. Like, people are not going to be safe around you because you are not vaccinated. Okay, so basically through the Spirit, I was like, man, that's heavy, because they set it up. Okay, they set it up to demonize those who are gonna be opposed to taking that vaccine. All right, they're doing it over there in Canada. All right, I believe I was reading something about that they having this debt relief, all right, program in Canada, which ultimately is gonna go around throughout the world. Okay, but they have this debt relief program, all right, in Canada, and basically they're saying that they'll relieve you from all your debt. Okay, and we talked about this back in the summertime. We were bringing it out that, look, they're gonna have an approach. All right, it's all gonna be financial, but they're gonna have an approach that, look, we can take some of the burden off of you. All you have to do is do what we tell you. Okay, so they have this program in Canada that has this thing where you basically agree to the terms that they're going to give you. So they have you just come in there and you get your debt, whether it's student loans, whether it's whatever loans that you might have or debt that you're in, they wipe it clean. But there's a catch to it. The catch is you're gonna have to give up all your assets. So if you own anything, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, all right, anything that you own will be given up to the state. Okay, and then you're going to be enrolled in a vaccination program, a coronavirus vaccination program. So you're going to be one of the first people to take that vaccine. Okay, and then that's going to grant you basically immunity. So you'll be able to move around, everywhere you want to go, you can go because you've been vaccinated and you're no more a safety hazard. Okay, so that's the new tactic that they're going to use. But also you got to understand that there's going to be a resistance to that as well. Okay, scripture, there's a saying, all right, that says what? Pressure from above and pressure from below. Okay, so they're going to do whatever it takes, all right, whether it's by consent or by conquest. All right, as you can see, they're shifting towards more of the conquest, but the consent is running out. Okay, so now they're doing things to force people's hand to comply. Okay, whether it's by fines or so on and so forth. Okay, but basically, I'll read this. The brother said, a lot of companies will reevaluate, all right, and that's in quotes, reevaluate, all right, their employees' engagement and basically say that they feel that now there is a safe way to go back to the office or go back in the office. They want people to come back because it's better for networking building. It says a lot of subtle shaming will happen to make people feel guilty for staying home. Exactly. So you staying home thinking that, well, I'm gonna just stay home and just keep doing my work. I don't need to take no vaccine. I'm safer at home. They're gonna use the media, okay, and so many different hazards, okay, to block you from wanting to stay home. For example, they're gonna say, well, if you're home, how many people are in the household? If you have your child in the house, they're gonna call Child Protective Services because you don't want to get your child vaccinated. You took your child from the school, so your child is being homeschooled. They'll say, well, does it meet the standards? Does it meet the COVID standards? No, it doesn't. Okay, well, we're gonna have to take your child away from you. Okay. Or you want to stay home and do work from home? Oh, well, it doesn't meet the standards. So, well, guess what? You're gonna have to give up that job. You're gonna have to give up that job. So Esau's gonna do whatever it takes, all right, to press. And that's why the elder said, we brothers might be losing jobs because here it is. This is what you're doing. And then Esau comes in and says, oh, well, guess what? You need to get the vaccine to be able to come back to work. So what's brothers going to do? You're going to say, nah, I'm good. That means that job is going to be clipped. That job is going to be clipped because we're not taking no vaccines and it's going to lead to different things. Ultimately, that chip. Okay. And we see it happening because now they're doing it with the mask. No mask, no entry, no mask, no service, all that extra stuff. So very soon you could just replace the mask with the vaccine. All right. Because the mask is just being held in place. Okay. Because there is no so-called vaccine now. But once the vaccine comes out, that mask mandate is being thrown out, or at least it's going to be eased. Okay. It's going to be eased and they're going to be focusing more on the vaccine. So anyone who doesn't take that vaccine is going to be shamed, man. Like the elder said. Okay, you're going to be shamed by the media, by the people around you, and so on and so forth, man. So that's all going into the persecution. All right. I also saw a video. Okay, and this is all through the spirit. I also saw a video. The brother Yashalam. All right, Yashalam put GMS Watchman. Okay, it was basically I forgot what agency it is. Actually, you know what? Let me go look for it real quick. The Secretary of State, all right, they announced something called online anti-Semitism. All right, and Lord willing, I might touch on that on a separate video. Okay, but again, I'm watching all these different things like scriptures tell you to watch. Where it says, "What? Watch ye therefore and pray." Okay, and that's what we're doing. So, we're watching the signs and everything like that, and it's pointing straight to 2021. Okay, being a very, very probably the year of temptation, man. The year of temptation, the year of prophecy being fulfilled. All right, the year of Jacob's trouble. Everything is culminating to that one thing, man. They talking about dark winter. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if they used some type of bioterroristic act, okay, and wiped out millions of people in the wintertime, man. On some bubonic plague type vibe. They showed you that in the video game. Tom Clancy's one of his games, The Division. There you go. All right. They show you that I think the first division, it was based in New York City. All right. In the wintertime, and it was straight up, a plague hit, and people were just decimated, man. You know, you look at down south, specifically Louisiana, they about to get hit with a hurricane, I think. All right. Hurricane Zeta. Okay. So everything is leading towards, people being frustrated on all avenues, where they're going to be clamoring for help. They're going to be clamoring for some type of solution. And the only way, all right, the only solution that's going to be is that RFID microchip, man. Let's get this quick precept. We always bring this out because this is the times where this prophecy is being fulfilled. All right, we're seeing it being built up every single day. Okay, not just here in America, but all around the world. We see this, the prophecy of the mark of the beast, okay, coming to fruition, man. All right, and there are certain parts of the world where it's already in place, like Sweden, for example. People already got microchipped, and they're using it to function in day-to-day life. Okay, so very soon it's going to be made mandatory, because that's ultimately their goal. All right, Esau Edom's goal is to have everyone microchipped and enslaved. Okay. So scripture says, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, it says, and he causeth all right, both small and great, okay, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Okay, that mark is going into the word charagma, okay, which is literally a cutting. You make a cut and then you stick something in that cutting. That's an incision. Okay, and I have a Greek friend, and I asked her these questions, and she broke it down to me, So we're going to get there. It says, well, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast. All right, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. All right, you go into that 666. It says, Chai, Psi, stigma. All right, but in the Greek language, it's chi, xi, and stigma. Okay, now the chi or the chai, all right, how we pronounce it. Okay, even though it says 666 or 666. Okay, that the chai over there, okay, represents that mark. Okay, the cutting. Okay, that's the first cutting. And then the xi is an X. Okay, meaning a crossing out. All right, and the stigma is the mark that is made after the incision. You see, when you make a cut, you could see the stitching. When somebody is cut up, they stitch them up, and then after a while, after it heals, you have the mark that it makes. So literally, your hand is gonna have a mark, man. After it heals, okay, because it's a needle that's being put in your hand. It's not a regular needle, a small little needle like we always have. You go to all of us in the past, you had to get their flu shot and so on and so forth. They jab you and then that's it. Nah, or they draw blood and that's it. Nah, this is actually gonna make a literal mark on your hand. Even after it's done healing, you're gonna be able to see that cutting. Okay, so that's where the stigma is coming from. Stigma goes into a mark. Okay, a literal mark that you're gonna see. All right, that's why when somebody does something, they have something called a stigma. All right, it sticks onto you. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's look up the word stigma. All right, hey, you see how the spirit works. All right, I was going into something else, and then look where it led to, man. All right, it says mark stigma. It says mark made on skin. Okay, by burning with a hot iron. Okay, now in the ancient times, that's how they did it. They used that as a form of branding. Okay, they used to brand their cattle, and ultimately they branded Jake. All right, Esau used to do that to brand a lot of our people, man. All right, in the time of slavery. Okay, but now they're trying to do it in a digital way. All right, in a different way. Okay, but it's the same concept of what? Owning you, branding you as cattle, goyim. It says what? Mark made on skin by burning with a hot iron. All right, from Latin stigma, or plural stigmata, from Greek stigma, mark of a pointed instrument. You hear? Mark of a pointed instrument. And when that incision is taking place, how does it happen? They use a needle which has a pointed what? A point is a pointed instrument. Okay, and they use it to what? To pierce your skin. All right, puncture. There you go. It says puncture. Tattoo mark. Brand. You hear? Stigma. Brand. To mark. Tattoo. To stick. Pointed. All right. It says figurative meaning. It says a mark of disgrace. All right. And that's why anyone who takes that chip, okay, that mark, you have been branded by Esau Edom, and ultimately you serve the purposes of Satan. And the Lord is going to look at you as a disgrace, and he's going to destroy you. Okay. He's going to destroy you, man. It says, let's see. Let me see if there's more definitions behind that. Let's see. Yeah, it says a symbol of disgrace or infamy. All right. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain in Genesis. Exactly. All right. But that wasn't the mark of the beast back in Genesis concerning Cain. That was a physical mark, meaning his pigmentation. All right. So everybody knew who he was. All right. He was an oddball, odd man out. All right. There you go. So we got the understanding behind the stigma. Okay, so that's going to be the mark, all right, that's left on your skin, all right, after the incision has taken place. That incision is the chai, all right, that's the initial, plugging in or initial punctuation, all right, of your skin. They put that needle in there. That's that chai that's happening right there, all right, and then they're going to do what? They're going to X you out pretty much. All right. Now, Xing out is basically going into the crossing out of Yahushua, because once you do that, you've pretty much condemned yourself. You crossed out anything that has to do with salvation. All right. And the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. Chai, Ksai, and a stigma, the residue or that mark that's left after you take that chip, man. Okay. That's why it says Chai, Psi, stigma. Okay, 603 This thing is amazing, man. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it on that. I think that's it on that. All right, let's go back to Revelation. All right, we read that, so let's do Revelation chapter 14, verse 9. All right, where it tells you what's going to happen if you take that chip, man, because it's going to be very noticeable. You're going to be able to function in society for a very short period of time, though. It's not a thing that's like, you got people in Sweden that said that they took the chip, all right, so that, they don't feel left out in the future to come. They want to be a part of the future and the Internet of Things. But that's going to be for a short moment, though. You're not going to have that. That's not the new way of life for everyone, and we're going to be here living. Nah, listen, that mark, you take it, you have a few months left. It's going to be months. All right, it says what? Revelation 14, verse 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, okay, and receive his mark on his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Okay, now let's look up the word worshipped. All right. If any man worship, all right, the beast and his image. Okay. The word worship there means, it says to kiss the hand. All right. In a token of reverence. All right. So you reverence this system. Okay. You don't denounce this system. You actually reverence this system. You hold it up high. All right. You fear the system, which is the fear that you're supposed to give to the Most High. You give to this system, man. All right. This new system that we're living in right now. Okay. You partake in Esau's new way of living. All right. With that RFID microchip, man. Okay. It says to kiss like a dog licking his master's hand. You see? to adore, to reverence, to worship, to pay homage, or to pay homage. okay, to make obeisance, whether in order to express respect or to make supplication. Okay, so anyone who's going to bow themselves, all right, meaning they're going tailor their lives, all right, to fit that of Esau Edom's new way of living. That includes taking that vaccine, okay, because you don't want to be looked at as an oddball. You want to fit into society. That's you worshiping the beast, man. If you want to fit in society, you want to worship this beast. Okay, the Lord said what? Anyone who partakes in that type of act by worshiping the beast, okay, and his image, all right, what he represents, and you receive the mark ultimately, all right, you're going to be destroyed, okay, by those ultimate thermonuclear missiles that's going to be raining down on Earth, man. But, going back to the point, okay, now that we got an understanding on that, going back to the point of 2021 is going to be a hell of a year, man. If 2020 was crazy, y'all have no idea what the Lord has in store for all of you in 2021, okay? 2021, these devils got something called Agenda 21, all right, which is agenda of the 21st century, all right, which begins in the year 2021. And they already laid down the groundwork throughout this whole year, all right? And we're approaching, what's today? Wednesday, the 28th of October, 2020, the year of prophecy. Okay, so we have what? Less than 2 months left, just a little bit about 2 months left. And then this calendar year is pretty much done. And then we shifting into 2021. So we're going to see how the Lord is going to play this thing out. But, we're not afraid. That's one thing brothers need to understand, that, doubt, fear, and so on and so forth. Nah, we cast that to the side, because the Lord is always going to deliver us. Who knows, man? All hell is going to break loose to the point where jobs are going to be obsolete. It's not going to be a point for you to even start to want to work no more, because there has to be a new system, and for that new system to arise, the old has to be broken down completely. So who knows? We might be in a huge economic collapse where jobs are going to be pretty much done. You're not going to have no jobs no more. Brothers might not even be recommended to even go back to work no more, and so on and so forth. We don't know how it's going to play out. All right. But we do know that the Lord is going to play in our favor. All right. And when I say our, I'm talking about the hopeful elect. Okay. So those are part of the challenges that's facing, all going into what? Jacob's trouble. All right. As a matter of fact, let's get that and we close it out. Okay. Jeremiah 30:7, it says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it." Okay. If that's written in the scriptures, that means it's going to happen. Okay. Trouble. Let's see what that means. Tazar in Hebrew. It says straits, distress, vexer, rival, wife. All right. Adversary, adversity, affliction, anguish, distress, tribulation, trouble. Okay. Let's look it up in the etymology. Look up the word trouble. Okay. It says, to trouble, to disturb, to make cloudy, to stir up, to mix. Okay. To make turbid. All right. Agitation of the mind, emotional turmoil. All right. A concern, a cause for worry, something that causes trouble, unpleasant relations with the authorities. You hear that? A source of difficulty, an angry disturbance, an event causing distress or pain, an effort that is inconvenient, a strong feeling of anxiety, an unwanted pregnancy. Okay, that's trouble too. All right. To be moved deeply, to be upset, to cause inconvenient or discomfort, to be bothered. Okay. Disturb in mind or make uneasy or cause to be worried or alarmed. Okay. So these are all, man, pain, suffering. All right. Cause bodily suffering to and make sick or indisposed. Okay. To be in a dark state. So these are all words to describe trouble. All right. These are what the trouble, the Jacob's trouble, everything I just read is coming. It's coming, man. We're already there. But it's only going to be intensified. You see what's happening in Pennsylvania? The riots that's happening over there? You think Esau is not going to use that as a way to bring down more draconian laws? Yes, he will. Okay. You see what's happening in Louisiana? All right. They about to get hit with a hurricane or so. All right, whatever it is that's coming over there, you don't think Esau is going to take advantage of that? You damn right he will. Okay? This election coming up, civil war, you think he's not going to take advantage of that? He will take advantage of that. That's all leading into Jacob's trouble, man. Okay? So all hell's about to break loose, man. Hey, we might not even be worried about jobs very soon, man. You know, the Lord's going to provide for us. All right, but that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to touch on that, you know, something small, you know, Lord willing, it was edifying. You know, that look, man, the times that we're coming in, we keep saying it, all right, and you can see it. They've already set the stage for it, all right, and they're going to push through with it, but they're not going to fulfill it. I pertain to Job, the 20th chapter, where it says when he's about to fill his belly, all right, the Lord is going to strike him through, pretty much, all right. Let me just bring it down, and then we're going to close it out. All right, it's the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he will be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Okay, now the word wicked is going to what? The laborers. Okay, laborers. Or actually, you know what? Let me get it. And then we're gonna close it out. All right, laborer, sufferer, wretched one, workman. All right, toil. Somebody who toils. Okay. So basically, all these different bankers and countries that had they were at league with Esau, Edom. I mean, at league with America, Babylon. They're going to turn on Babylon, man. That's why it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. Okay, when he is about to fill his belly, meaning he's about to fulfill his new world order to its completion. All right, chipping the whole world. All right, and creating a satanic world of living. The Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he is eating. So while the process is going on and on, a World Economic Forum talking about the global reset, and so on and so forth, while they're still in the process of getting everything done, then the end is going to come, man. Yahushua is going to come on the scene and destroy all that. It says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It's talking about those missiles, man. You know? So that's what's coming. That means that there's a very short time, man. You know, Esau is not going to get his new world order to be completed. He's going to be in the process of it, okay? In the process of it, but he's not going to get it all the way. You see? So that means we have a short time left before all this stuff is over, man. Very short time left, man. All right? Hey, so, you know, just to be in the right spirit, you know, I honestly don't think that the year 2021 will be all the way through before we see some real fireworks, man. I don't see it happening all the way to 2021. At the end of 2021, I don't see us, you know, living in this kingdom, man. I don't. Personally, I don't. You know, and that's all going to the spirit of hastening the day. Okay, praying that the Most High will hasten the day and come get us up out of here, man. But we'll see how 2021 plays out. All right, and the rest of this so-called 2020 year, we're going to see how it all plays out, how the Lord ties everything in. But, you know, we the hopeful elect, we're just going to stand firm in our faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai and wait upon our deliverance, man. Okay, so Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem L'cha Kodash, the Wadi Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and until next time, Shalom.